Hawaiian Airlines A321neo Extra Comfort is pretty nice. There are no video screens in these seats, but that extra legroom is, as you might imagine, extra comfortable. And I kind of hate to admit this, but I think that the food that they serve is extra delicious as well. No joke. Welcome to Maui. Well, more specifically, this is actually Kahului Airport on the island of Maui, Hawaii, United States, and I'm about 2 hours away from catching Hawaiian Airlines flight number 58 to San Diego. This is going to be on the A321neo, and I'm going to do it in what they call extra comfort class, which is a little better than economy, but not quite first class. Some might actually call that premium economy, but we don't have that domestically here in the US, so it's basically economy class with a few extra inches of legroom, and it's alright. This flight is scheduled to go out at 12:50 p.m., which isn't really a busy time here at the Kahului Airport, but that's just the way I like it. Something else that I like is the fact that this flight is showing to be on time so far, which is a good thing, and that's our aircraft right there, just in from Long Beach. It's a 6-year-old A321neo named Kahului. I think that's how you pronounce it. I know I got it wrong, but I tried my best. We're going out of gate 27 today, which I guess in the grand scheme of things doesn't really mean anything if you know the Kahului Airport well, because, well, it's not a very big airport. You're never going to have to walk very far, even if your flight is departing all the way at the end, so there's no need to show up early like I did. It's worth noting that this is not the first time that I have flown a Hawaiian Airlines A321neo between the mainland and San Diego. I did it from San Diego to Maui once, back when these aircraft were brand new, and it was really nice. I wouldn't exactly call it luxurious, but the way that Hawaiian Airlines configured these aircraft is different than the other aircraft in their fleet, as you'll see. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I was definitely looking forward to two things before this flight. First of all, I wanted to see how well these aircraft have held up over the years. As I said, I flew it when it was brand new, squeaky clean, and, well, it's been a few years. 6, 7 maybe? And then the second thing, I wanted to see how extra comfort compares to first class, at least in terms of overall look and feel. I knew I wasn't going to get a wide seat and that the food wasn't going to be quite as good, but the legroom I think is actually going to be the same. I hope. I think. Well, we're about to find out. Oh, one of the additional perks of an extra comfort seat is a priority boarding assignment-ish. I had a Zone 3 boarding pass, which was the very first for economy class passengers. I believe first class was Zone 1, and then Zone 2 was families with small children needing extra time. And here we go. This is Extra Comfort, Seat 14G on the Hawaiian Airlines A321neo. And yeah, the legroom is nice, but I think more than anything that I'm noticing here right off the bat is that mood lighting. I kind of forgot how intense it was here on the A321neo. I like it. This is really nice, and somewhat nostalgic as well. Those of you who remember Virgin America and what it was like to step on board one of those aircraft with all the window shades shut and the deep purple and pink and blue mood lighting, this felt exactly like that. Very, very cool. However, from what I remember, the Virgin America seats were so much better than this. The primary reason is that the Virgin America seats had video screens, whereas these on the Hawaiian Airlines A321neo don't. This is a much simpler experience, far less cutting edge, but still nice. Speaking of technology, yes, there are USB charging ports in these seats, as well as full-size electrical outlets somewhere down there beneath the flaps. And you know what? I think I take back what I said about this not being as techy as Virgin America. This aircraft features Starlink. And not only is it Starlink, it's free Starlink. Free Starlink internet access for everyone on board, and not just internet access. It was fast. You could watch YouTube, you could stream Netflix, you could do pretty much anything, which is a far cry from the old Virgin America days. Anyway, with the window shades up now, we are on our way out for departure. They got us pushed off the gate about 2 minutes late, but honestly, I didn't even notice. Speaking of not noticing things, did you know that I had a newsletter? Yep, I've got one, and I send it out about once a month, and it's kind of what you need to be subscribed to if you want to keep up to date with all of my upcoming trips, tips and tricks, my thoughts on the airline industry as a whole, and that sort of stuff. I'm not really much on social media these days, so sign up for the newsletter, link in the description below. It's a great way to stay in touch. And now with that out of the way, it is time to eat. And one of the advantages of being up here in extra comfort is you will be one of the first ones to be served. Free food is available for all, but you can actually purchase items, not just snacks and drinks, but things like blankets and pillows and earbuds and water bottles and kind of looks like perfume. I don't know. I don't need any of that, but what I do need is food, and thankfully, Hawaiian Airlines is still serving hot food to all economy class passengers, at least on flights between the U.S. mainland and Hawaii. And here we go with the hot, I believe this is a hot pepperoni, what do we got here? This is a pepperoni and cheese sandwich. Not to be mistaken with the pepperoni and cheese bagel, which I got on a flight last year. Oh well. I also went with the guava juice, of course, and I wasn't expecting it, but they did give me a full can, which is nice. And it is worth noting that they were offering free Mai Tais to everyone here in economy. I passed on that, figured the guava juice would be sugary enough. And yeah, here is the sandwich. And I will say that it tasted a lot better than it looks. I know it doesn't look like much, and I know that people like to hate on Hawaiian Airlines and these hot sandwiches. I like them. I think they're pretty good. They all taste the same though, and this was almost exactly like the bagel that I had on a flight between Hawaii and Los Angeles last year. It's kind of like Taco Bell in that regard. Just everything on the menu is the same concoction of ingredients, just arranged in a very different way. Anyway, here I am in the lavatory, not because of the sandwich. Too much guava juice, actually. And I will say that these lavatories here on the A321neo are nice. And believe it or not, this was one of the economy class lavatories. I believe this is the mid-cabin lavatory, which is located just behind economy comfort. So if you're seated up here, you're not going to have to go all the way to the back of the airplane to go to the bathroom, which is good because the flight attendants will not let you go up front to the first class lavatory. There is a curtain separating the two cabins, and the flight attendants will stop you if you try to go through. So, do with that information what you will. In my opinion, not being able to use the forward lavatory is one of the disadvantages of sitting in extra comfort, because most of the time, it's going to be a fight to go all the way back to the rear lavatories. Moving on to the in-flight entertainment now. As I've already said, there is free Starlink on board, so if you don't want to watch YouTube or Netflix, no worries, because they've got you completely covered with a really good streaming in-flight entertainment product. Lots of videos, movies, TV shows, games, podcasts, music, and even a handy device holder built into the seats, which is very convenient, though maybe a bit far away here in these extra comfort seats. Unless you're really tall, with really good eyesight, long arms. 3 things I definitely don't have, so holding it was much better for me, and I don't know, it was a little bit inconvenient, but it worked just fine if I was just messing around with the in-flight map as opposed to watching a movie or something, so this was good enough. It's probably worth noting that the cabin service here in Extra Comfort is not any different than what it's going to be in economy class. There were no special drinks or fancy snacks, and even the amount of cabin service was the same. The cabin crew didn't come by and check on us any more than they did regular economy class passengers, so all in all, this was economy class with a few extra inches of legroom, which I knew that ahead of time. I knew what I was getting into, and I actually quite enjoyed this flight. This worked out very well. But it's worth noting that you're going to have a much better experience on the 787 or the A330, because on those airplanes, you're going to get a video screen at every seat. Whereas here on the A321neo, not so much. You do get that awesome mood lighting though. Man, I miss Virgin America. And, oh yeah, you also get a free landing snack. This time it was chocolate-covered macadamia nuts, very Hawaiian, although I'm not really sure how much more sugar my body can take today, so I'm going to save that one for later. Total flying time came in at 4 hours and 59 minutes, which is only 4 minutes more than originally scheduled. These are long flights, even going eastbound with the jet stream like this, so that's why paying a little extra for extra comfort is definitely worth it if you can swing it. Although, as I said, you're going to have a better experience on the A330 or the 787 instead. In terms of overall cabin service, even though this was just essentially basic economy in terms of what we got for snacks and drinks, the vibe was definitely Hawaiian, which is something you're not going to get on any other airline. So basically what I'm telling you is that there was no way that I would fly Southwest Airlines to Hawaii ever again. I've got nothing against Southwest Airlines, but when you're going to the islands, or even when you're coming home from the islands like this, choose Hawaiian Airlines if you want the most Hawaiian experience possible. Anyway, that's it from me this time. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get to them as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.